Now, guess who's back? What's going on, ladies and gents, man? It's your boy, Funkadelic Jones, man, and welcome back to the Ghetto Wealthy Podcast, hosted by yours truly, me, the Funky MC, lyrically. I'm just that guy in the house, you dig what I'm saying? Sponsored by Anchor.fm, the easiest way to start a podcast. You guys looking to start a podcast, make sure you guys stop by Anchor, check them out. They got everything you need from monetization to customizing your podcast, to editing your podcast. You can record from your phone, tablet, computer, doesn't even matter. And you guys also can check me out on all my distributions, Spotify, we got Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon, we on Amazon, iHeartRadio, your boy is everywhere. I'm out of here, man. Now let's get down to business, man. Now, today's topic, today's message, this is something that I've heard. I've heard a lot. And maybe because, the times has changed dramatically compared to what life used to be, maybe they don't get it, they don't understand. So, anytime I'm out doing like DoorDash or Uber Eats, right? I always go into, like, when I go into restaurants and the manager, they sometimes like appreciate, hey, thanks for being patient and stuff like that. Now, mind you, granted, I don't be in there rushing nobody. I don't be like, hey, bring me the order, like, hurry up. I don't be, like, if I know a restaurant is busy, you know what I mean? I might wait, 5-7 minutes, whatever the case may be. And if it's not ready, I'm just out the door. You know what I mean? It's part of the job, but I've heard managers say to me, they was just like, yeah, man, we're short staffed. Don't nobody want to work. Don't nobody want to work no more. I've even heard old people say this. You know what I mean? My senior citizens, man, they been enjoying, yeah, because, these young people today, they just don't want to work. Correction. It's not that people don't want to work. They got to remember, with these employers and these old folks, they got to remember that the time that we live in today, people are now stepping out and saying hell no to these terrible ass wages. You feel me? There are so many avenues nowadays to make money that working a traditional job is not the only necessary way to bring in money. Again, you got the gig community. I'm not promoting nobody to do DoorDash. I'm not promoting nobody to do Uber Eats. I'm just saying there are people out here who really be like, man, I do Uber Eats or I do Uber. You know what I mean? They get a peace of mind just making their own money and have to deal with less stress. Can you imagine going to your job? You going to a job, you busting hella hours in that job. Then when you ask for stuff like vacation, they want to tell you no. You have the time off. Oh, we can't get you that because of this reason. You try to put in sick days. Or why are you sick? People questioning everything that you got to do. But when you work in these jobs, you work for yourself, you can take as many vacations as you want a year. There's pros and cons of like working for yourself. There's different things that you got going on. Prime example, I'm gonna be real with you. I can't speak for everywhere, but I can speak for home. Here in the DMV market, the DC metro area, it is super expensive to live here. Now, mind you, I've seen what life was like outside of the DC area. All right? I dated a girl who lived on the complete opposite side of the Chesapeake Bridge. Now, if anybody in the DC area know, the only time we go over there is when we go to Ocean City. But I've seen what life is like on that side of the bridge. It's super farm life. It's super country. They live off of jobs like Family Dollar, Walmart, McDonald's, fast food. They live off of jobs like that. So if they come across the bridge into the city, they gonna be like, no, it's so fast over here. So a lot of them wouldn't make it because they'll be like, man, like, it's super expensive to live on that side. Compared to us going over there, we be like, damn, it's slow to live over here. And there's no money over there as well. I don't mean to like crunch the numbers, but I was just like, I was shocked though. I'm gonna be real with you. I was shocked when my ex told me the first time how much her rent was. Blew my mind. I said, your rent is that low. You know what I'm saying? Well, it wasn't Section 8, wasn't nothing. Your rent is just that low. I said, compared to in the city, compared to in the metro area, in the city, I was like, man, rent over here is ridiculous. And the crazy part about it is jobs don't match what the cost of living is. You got jobs out here nowadays, especially, you know what I mean? And again, I know in certain states, probably like New York, probably Cali, maybe Florida, maybe Georgia. You know, a lot of places like that. Whereas it's expensive as hell to live here, but the jobs don't match. See, that's what they do over here in the DMV as well. Like, jobs really be out here trying to pay you $17 an hour, $18, $19 an hour, $20 an hour. I remember at one point in time, man, you making $20 an hour meant you was doing something special. You was doing something special. You was always like, man, I make $20 an hour. Man, everybody was trying to get that job. For $20 an hour, you fast forward to today, you making $20 an hour, people just like, man, how much you make an hour? Man, 20. You struggling. You hurting. $20 an hour. And then it's so crazy that, like, these employers really be want you to break their back. Like, break your back for $17 an hour. $18 an hour. See, the way jobs are nowadays, they're a lot different than what they used to be. You look at our parents, you look at our grandparents, they worked their jobs for 30, 40 plus years. For real. They worked at 30, 40 plus years. My mom been working the same job since she was 18 years old. She been at that job since she graduated high school in 87. My mom is in her 50s now. And she's been working at that same job for the last 30 years. Because, see, that's what it was back in the day. See, back in the day, that time, they hold on to jobs for a very, very long time, and then they retired. You know? I don't know what my mom 401k and stuff look like. I don't ask the type of question. I don't dip and dab into people's bank accounts. But that was their recipes. They worked for a company for a very, very, very long time until they retire. Now they got retirement benefits and pensions and stuff like that. But when you look at the new generation, or you look at the times that we're in today, ain't nobody committed to a job for 30, 40 plus years anymore. It's so much money out here now. So much money out here now today that a lot of people just like, why would I sit at a job for 30 years when I can go make these things happen? People nowadays, they work 4 jobs. Somebody will drive Uber, they'll post the content, they'll be a podcaster, they do YouTube. That's how people nowadays work. People do not just sit at one job for 30, 40 plus years. And then you gotta remember these Gen Zers. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's what I'm gonna throw it to. But these Gen Z kids, man, they quit like off bucks. They don't even care at this point. They preaching like, yo, mental health, I'm done. They'll quit a job like it ain't nothing. But see, when you got to hustle, when you got to drive, $17 an hour, you be like, these jobs now, these employers, listen to me, understand this. I know I might be the bad guy to tell you guys this. But don't nobody want to work for $17 an hour. If I'm going to be real, I'm going to say you like this. And it is not being me. This is not me being, you can don't say never. But you can't get me for $17 an hour. One, I got too much experience. Number one. Number two, if I know I can go make $17 an hour by myself, why would I sign with you? I can make $17 an hour, probably doing less the work in half of the time compared to me signing with you while I'm breaking my back. I'm here for long ass hours just to make this itty bitty money. You get what I'm saying here? So that's why I say employers don't have leverage like they used to. I'm just saying. You remember like $50,000, 50,000 a year used to entice people. They be like, oh man, this job paying $50K a year. Nowadays, people like, I can make $50K by myself. Now I can understand the job was 80,000 and 6 figures and stuff like that. Then you gotta make, then that's on you. You know what I mean? That's on you. I personally, if you got a job that's $100,000 a year, I would take a job 100. But anything lower right now, you looking to yourself like, man, I can make that myself. Especially if you got the work ethics like I have and like a lot of other people do. It's like, why would I work for you when I can go make this myself? That's what I'm saying. Nowadays, jobs don't have the power that they used to. I'm not saying, one thing I'm saying right now, guys, I'm not promoting nobody like, yo, don't go to college and stuff like that. The only thing, my only issue is with people that go to college is, I don't understand people that go to college and don't get into the field that they spent all them years in college for. If you go to college for criminal justice, I need you in somebody's courtroom, somebody's law office. I need you in a job of your field. If you're doing sports medicine, if you are doing biochemistry, I need you to even be in somebody's goddamn science lab. I need you to be at somewhere, some training facility. I need you somewhere that's in your field. You going to college doing all them years and just be like, well, I'm gonna be a manager at a shoe store. What? You did all them years just to be a manager at a shoe store? Man, you better than me, boss, man. I can't mess with you. Can't relate. But you look at colleges now too. I'm not telling kids don't go to college. But you got a lot of kids nowadays who they're like, look, I can make money now. That's the thing about this generation, man. That's the thing about this generation of times we live in. It's about the right now. People are building right now. Like, you gotta remember like the times we live in today, new stuff is popping up every day. You feel me? New stuff is popping up every day. Y'all remember we went from Vine to Instagram to TikTok. Like, people that was on Vine literally went to Instagram. Now they literally on TikTok. That's how fast the world is moving today. People are literally doing stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. It's too much money in this world to be held down in one place. And this is not me saying that. That's just how the world moves today. So with employers, they got to realize and understand that you guys hold no more weight. You don't hold, yeah, we can't get people in here, man. Don't nobody want to work. No, don't nobody want to work for no shitty ass hours. Nobody want to work for no shitty ass pay. You feel me? If it's already costing us an arm and leg to live here, why would I want to, like, anytime I get on Indeed, and if I see a job that's paying $16 an hour, I say, and it's full time, I'm like, man, that's a part-time job. You might as well go ahead and throw the whole job post away. Cause who you recruiting for $16 an hour unless you recruiting a kid fresh out of high school that's getting their first job? You ain't gonna get nobody that got hella experience and like, oh, we can only pay you 16. Okay, cool. No, hell no. Now I know this might sound crazy coming from me, but I just crunched some numbers. And I know this is all fictional and it won't never happen that way. Certain places I think should have a higher minimum. Well, jobs should pay a higher minimum. I'm just be real with you. Starting with the damn DMV, starting with the DC metro area, the DMV area. I think jobs should start you off at 25. Then you got places like New York and Cali. I think they should start off at like 28. You know, then you got other places probably like Florida, maybe Georgia. They should start off probably 26. Texas might can do 25. I heard it's a little cheaper to live in Texas, but you know, I'm not from Texas. I can't tell you. But Places like Boston might be like 27. You know, these places that's really expensive to live in. That's who you want. That's like they should start off 25 an hour. That should be a minimum coming out the gate. Cause God damn it, like if y'all want us to live here, we gotta at least be able to afford to live here. Alright? Cause basically what they telling y'all is the only people that's able to survive here is government workers, government, federal workers. These are the only people that's able to survive here. People that got government jobs, probably the post office, public safety, like AMBO, public transportation, like Metro, law enforcement, stuff like that. These are the only people that got good enough jobs to live here. You know? And then you got these managers. You got these regular department store managers. These department stores and these fast foods, they the ones that are struggling because they can't get help. They can't get help. They trying to pay people. They trying to pay people 19, like they trying to pay people like $17, $15 an hour, man. Like $15 an hour, bro. I literally like I kid you not. I seen 2 Panda Expresses. One Panda Express said general managers start off at $68,000. That's a lot, but hey, Panda Express paying good. They paying almost $70,000 to be the manager. But on one other Panda Express on the other side of town, that Jones said general managers make $24 an hour. Now I don't know if Panda Express operate different. I don't know. But for you to say I'm the general manager and to make $24 an hour, I might as well go work for myself. Because if you want me to run an entire store for $24 an hour, you guys are tripping. That means I got to close the shop, open the shop, do inventory, got to count the safe, count the register, schedule people. People that don't call, that don't show, I got to fire people, I got to hire people. I got to do all these different things for $24 an hour. I'm not breaking my back for $24. For no company for $24. Be the manager. Yo, I remember back when I was working retail, right? My old manager tried to get me with that. Mind you, I'm a seasonal veteran. You can tell by my facial hair now. I'm seasonal. But they were trying to move me up to a supervisor. First of all, they tried to move me up to a different supervisor position. I was already loss prevention supervisor because everything fell on my shoulders anyway. But they tried to move me up to like the supervisor where I get to open the store, count the safe, and all these other different things. I ain't gonna, no shame in my game. This was back in like 17? Mind you, minimum wage in Merlin is like $12. I was making like $11.75. They tried to move me up. They was only trying to throw me like probably like $1, like $1 and some change. That Joan literally said she tried to say $12.25. I was like, you want me to run this entire store? Now mind you, me being a security, I know how everybody work around here. You want me to run this entire store for $12.25, and you wonder why y'all can't get no help. So especially jobs that still offering $15 an hour, you wonder why you can't get no help. To put things into a close and put it in perspective, employers, understand this. Especially my retail employers and my fast food people, especially because you guys get hit the most with it. Everybody's dying to get into a federal government job. Everybody wants a federal government job, but I'm talking about my retail and fast food workers or food chains. You guys got to do better. Because while y'all sitting there complaining and gotta talk about something, man, I gotta do all this work because don't nobody want to work. You need to pay people nowadays to work. Otherwise, you're going to continue to have to sit right here and work double and work harder because of the fact that people are now waking up. People are now waking up and saying, I can make that myself. So what I need you for? Because I'm one of them type of people. If I can go make something on my own, I don't care how hard the work is. I'd rather take that, my peace and sanity, than to sign with somebody and overwork myself to death to get absolutely nowhere. It's your boy Funkadelic Jones signing out, y'all. I'm gone. Holla.